Hello. If you are new here, my name is Jada. Today we're going to be doing tips for incoming freshmen. Okay, so a lot of y'all are going to freshman year, I know, and I just got out of freshman year, so my tips are pretty relevant and fresh. So basically that's what we're gonna be doing today. Anyways, let's get this started. So we're gonna start out with schoolwork. By the way, if you see me looking at my phone, it's just because I have the notes on my phone. So schoolwork. First one is get your homework done. What I'm doing this is literally just do not procrastinate. Get it done when you get it, or really right after you get it, because you don't want to just be stressing over it afterwards, long time afterwards, so just get it done as soon as possible. Do not procrastinate that homework, because it will catch up to you, and the more you procrastinate, the more it goes into later in your year, and you're like, oh dang, now I'm just really slow at work. And I know I got that. I think for me personally, I just started getting really burnt out with work. So yeah, ask for help when you need it. So ask your teachers, your classmates, anybody around you for help when you need it. Do not be afraid to ask for help. I think that's something I had to get over for a long time, is asking for help. So I finally got used to asking for help a little bit, and I'm still kind of working on it, so I'm not perfect at that, but make sure you ask for help when you need it. Actually ask for help. Don't just be sitting there confused, because that's gonna catch up to you too. Yeah. Internalize the information that is being taught to you. So this is a big one, because I think for me personally, I struggled so much in freshman year, especially first semester, and that's because I came into the year not really knowing to internalize the information that was being taught to me. And so because I wasn't doing that, a lot of my test grades were not the best, especially with biology. That was personally probably my worst class. Biology and history were my worst classes first semester. History I got better second semester. Biology I got better, but it still wasn't great. But yeah, internalize the information that's being taught to you, because especially because you have finals and EOCs and all that kind of stuff, that's gonna catch up to you. That stuff is end of semesters, end of year stuff. Those tests are gonna catch up to you, and they're for a grade, and they can really make or break your grade, so you gotta make sure you're doing that. Also, do not use AI. Do not use AI. And here's what I mean by that. I guess you can use AI, but be careful with it. And I say this because I think a lot of people, AI became a big issue this school year, and a lot of teachers noticing oh, students are using ChatGPT and all that thing, all that stuff. So basically just don't do that, because one, with my school, I don't know if any other schools did this, they had little things the teachers would check if you're using AI. They had an AI checker basically. And dude, and a lot of people are caught using AI, and sometimes it would tell the teacher that I use a little bit of AI even when I did it. Just be careful, bro. Please just be careful, I beg of you. I don't recommend using AI, especially for English though. Please don't. And another reason why I don't recommend using AI is because you won't be internalizing that information, like I said, and then that's going to catch up to you later, and you're not going to know the stuff that is being taught to you, and you're not going to pass your tests with your classes. I mean, it's possible to, I think, but it's going to be hard. All right, next we have take notes in ways that help you learn. I think for me, I took really messy notes freshman year, and I think sophomore year I'm gonna really try and get better at that. My school, we have iPads this year, so I'm gonna really try and take notes on my iPad, and take really good notes, take notes that are cute. And the cuter the notes, I feel the more it helps you focus, the more you internalize the information, because you're making it cute, you're taking all that time, all that effort to make it cute, and then it looks better. and you can also think better. Next, be organized and have a good schedule. That is important. That is very important. I think I did not do too bad with organization freshman year. I'm not bad at organization. Like I try to be as organized as possible. And with that being said, this is not sponsored in any way, shape, or form, but my favorite thing that I used to stay organized was the Notion app. So basically with the Notion app, you can like just set little tasks and reminders for yourself and all different things and whatever. I'll like insert a clip of me talking about that some more, but yeah, the Notion app is something I'm so grateful that I found. With this, you can like add little to-do lists for like whether it's daily or if it's like for school or like a morning to-do list or after school to-do list, anything like that. I added like ACT Lab to-do list when I had ACT Lab in the fall. Sunday reset list, those are really helpful. I did those every Sunday. I personally like adding stuff onto my life planner because with that I have things like my skincare to do things and like my outfits for the week, my weekly agendas, my calendar, little things like that that just help me like stay focused in my freshman year. Like this one, I'm gonna make another one for sophomore year, but I had all my classes on there, and then to-do list for that. So it just kept me organized with all my classes and to know like, oh, what I need to do, like what I need to do for this class. So after that, oh, and also get a planner. If you don't want to use the Notion app, you get a planner. The Notion app is also free, by the way, so I recommend using that so much. Oh my gosh, that helped me so much, and I love that app. I have it on my phone, I use it on my iPad, I use it on my laptop when I have my laptop. Girl, it's a good app. It's a good app. Another thing, actually take your learning serious. This goes along with like paying attention, all that. Like actually take your learning serious because your grades in high school really matter, and you are gonna get like told like, oh, your grades don't matter and blah blah blah, whatever. And I will be honest, most colleges, like if you want to go to college like after high school, yes, it's going to be so important to keep your grades good, but they're mostly going to look at your semester grades. That is really important, so make sure, but like don't be like slacking off like during the semester and just be like, oh, this grade, like that's not gonna matter, like I could just get it up like before the semester ends, because it's gonna be 5 days before the semester ends and your grade's gonna be what, a C, a D, a F, like, and you're like, how am I supposed to get this up? And you're gonna be struggling and struggling and struggling. So make sure you get that grade up and keep it up throughout the semester as best as you can, please. So this goes along with like what I was just saying. Focus. It is highly important to focus. Do not like get too caught up in whatever's going on around you. Focus in what is going on. Focus in your future. Focus on what's ahead of you, okay? So you'll make sure you're doing that. For grades, make sure you study for tests early. Please. Study for your tests early. Do not like just be like, you know, waiting to the last minute to study for them. Like, yes, okay, it can like be beneficial sometimes because like it'll be fresh in your mind, but what I think I'm gonna do this year and I recommend other people doing is studying for it early, but also like reviewing like beforehand, you know, so that way like you know what's going on. You just have to review it once the time comes. Get what I'm saying? All right, and then last one for schoolwork is get a good study schedule. Like find techniques that work for you, you know, because I know school life and home life can be hard to balance sometimes, and I know like sometimes you want to have like a social life and whatever, but make sure you are like getting a good like schedule set up for you, you know, to make sure you're studying, make sure, you know, you're not like waiting till the last minute to study. Okay, and now we are on to social life. My first one for social life is don't be afraid to make new friends. And okay, I think for me, freshman year, I was so scared of like making new friends. I think, well, I wasn't as scared. I was mostly just, I didn't want to make new friends because I felt like, oh, I was so set in like the friends I had already made, and I didn't like want to lose them, or I didn't want to like branch out. I didn't make new friends anyway. That wasn't the plan, but like it worked out in my favor, you know? Like I definitely met new people this year. I made new friends, and yeah. Another one, do not gossip. I'm still struggling with this, to be honest. I'm still struggling with this, but I'm going to get better, I promise. This is something I have to take into sophomore year. Please do not gossip. Don't go around telling everybody like everybody's business and whatnot. And if people around you are gossiping, you don't need to be around them. You don't need to listen to what they're saying, how they're gossiping, who they're talking about, whatnot. And if you just happen to listen, okay, just keep that to yourself though. Like, do not go around telling everybody's business. And a lot of times, like, that can be really bad for you because one, it creates a bad image, and two, it also, like, you could be saying the wrong thing. Like, you could not even have the full story because you never know a lot of times. So please do not go around and gossip because you don't want to be that girl or that guy. Please just don't. Stay out of drama. That is literally just what I was just talking about. Like, stay out of drama. You don't want that reputation on you. You don't want to be the person that like everybody knows, like, oh, she's like always in drama, she's always around in this and in that. No, you want to be like out of the way. You don't want, like, when somebody asks like, oh, what is such and such like, what are they like, you don't want them to have something negative to say about you. You don't want that, honestly. You want all positive things said about you, and that is why you should stay out of drama. Another one, oh my gosh, when I tell you, I wish I could have freaking told myself this. Do not date your freshman year. Do not date. And I have good reasoning for this, okay? I have really good reasoning for this. Dating with your freshman year, I feel like that's difficult because one, like, you're just coming in, so like you're not really, like, you have to get a good like view of the school, you know? Like, you have to know what's going on, you know, make your way around, find new friends, find your friend group, find your little clique, whatever. And a lot of times dating somebody can hold you back from that and also just confuse things for you. Like, for me, I started dating somebody as soon as I got into the freaking school, bruh. It was not a good idea. I promise you, it's not a good idea, because that is the reason why that is partially the reason why my first semester was so bad. It's because I was in a relationship. I don't recommend at all. But yeah, but if you do like end up like having somebody going into freshman year, that's fine. Just make sure that person isn't hindering your success, or like, you know how to manage your relationship and also your school life, you know? Be smart with your friends. You may lose some. So I definitely lost friends freshman year, and it really wasn't a loss for me because it was literally just me doing what was best for me and like just letting go of those people because they were not who was right for me. Like, oh, I went through middle school with them, and then I got to high school and it was just like, oh, I realized like the real person you are. And I think I realized the person they were in middle school, but like I just, you know, I could not ever bring up the gumption to just let the friendship go. So yeah, I got to high school and I definitely let friendships go. I'm not gonna lie. And it made me a better person. It made me who I am today. And I'm glad that I'm not in those friendships because my mental health is 10 times better now. But yeah, so do what's best for you, even if it may hurt someone else. This one is so important because this is what I was just talking about though. If you need to let go of a friendship or relationship or whatever, if you need to say no to somebody, say no. Let go of that friendship, let go of that relationship. Just, if it's what's hindering you, let go of it. Let go of it, because really it is your life. It is your life. You're the one who's living it. So honestly, just like, do what's best for you, man. Do what's best for you. I was also talking about this earlier. Learn to balance your school life and your social life. This is important because especially with relationships and friendships, it's not even just about relationships, friendships too. Like, learn how to find that line in the middle, more like you just separate it all. Like when you're at school, focus on school. Don't be in all that drama. Don't be worried about, oh, what you got going on in that relationship, that friendship, whatever. Worry about school. Keep that aligned. And then outside of school, you can worry about that later, you know, whatever happens. This is a lot, like, for friends and like even with people you just meet in high school, because I feel like this is very serious. Do not let people peer pressure you. Do not. This, I'm so proud of myself that I really did not like let this happen to me that much this year. But I feel like with high school, a lot of things come about. I think in middle school they do too, but like a lot of things come about in high school, and you know, people really get into that certain type of air. I would not say what it is, but like, you know, that air, that flavored air, people get into that, and like people want you to do it too. And I think a lot of people like have tried to peer pressure me into doing that this year, and thankfully I never touched it. But yeah, so make sure you stay away from that stuff. Like if you don't want to do something, say no, and if that person cannot take that no, then you don't have to be around them. You shouldn't have to be around them. They're wrong for not being able to take that no, because it's your life. Okay. I just went on a whole little rant about that, but like I feel very passionately about like not letting peer pressure get to you. All right, next one, keep your circle small. I feel like the smaller your circle, the blah blah blah, the more likely you are to have good friends, basically. So keep your circle small. Don't just feel like, oh, you have to have a million friends or you have to be popular or whatever, because that's not gonna matter. I promise you, the smaller your circle, the more likely you are to choose better friends, basically. And my circle got smaller, and I have a really good amount of people around me, and they're really good for me, honestly. Do not talk to upperclassmen. Sophomores, okay, whatever. Like I said, don't date freshman year, but do not like even just like talk to upperclassmen, bro. Do not. I know a lot of people were like talking or dating to like juniors or seniors. I will not lie, I did have like maybe one senior best friend, and it was a guy, and he was literally like my brother, and that's it. Like that was all that it was with me and him. So yeah, do not and okay, he was a really good guy, so it was nothing ever weird or anything like. But I know a lot of people have really bad like experiences. I personally haven't had like a really bad experience, but I know a lot of people have, so I don't recommend doing so. And yeah, just do not talk to upperclassmen, please. Another one, go to HOCO or games, participate in like activities. Go to the games at your school, bro. Go to the school games, the school activities. Go to homecoming. Go to the homecoming parade. Go to those things. Go to those things, because that, like, you have a lot of fun at those things. Last year I think I went to one football game, that was it. This year I promise I'm gonna go to some. Like I've already planned that out with my mom and everything. We talked about that. I'm going to the first game, and I'm just gonna go to football games. Basketball, I have no idea. I know I definitely want to go to some softball games, but yeah, stay tuned for that. Last one for this section is be kind. Please be kind. It is so important to be kind. Kindness costs you nothing. It costs you nothing. Being rude costs you karma. It will come back around to you. Trust. So please be kind, because you never know what somebody's going through. They could be having a horrible day. They could be going through something really bad at home. And trust me, I understand that. So please be kind. All right, so now we're gonna go into school life. The first one is get a locker. I recommend doing this. So for, I don't know if it's for every school or not, like most schools or not, but like my school, you don't have to have a locker or anything. They give you the opportunity to get one, but you don't have to have one. And like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, but basically you have to sign up for a locker. If your school is like that, I recommend getting one. It is so good to have. I highly recommend it. I personally use mine to hold like feminine products, or what else? I used to hold my coat in the winter time, so I didn't have to carry around to class all the time. So yeah, I know a lot of people like used to put their backpacks and things in there. I didn't. I did that like one time and I hated it. I like just tried carrying my stuff around the school. I hated it so much. It was so bad. Next, get close with your teachers. This is really good because if you and your teachers are enemies, like they're not really gonna want to help you. They're gonna be rude to you. I personally, typically every single year, I have at least one teacher that I'm really, really close with, whether it's a substitute teacher or a real teacher. So, last year, my English teacher was literally my best friend. So, yeah. And okay, for me, English was already easy because I was in normal, even though I should have been in honors. We'll get into that at a different time. But I should have been in honors. And my teacher was really nice. She literally loved me. She said I was her favorite. I will say, secret between me and you, she did used to do a little bit of my work, but like that's a secret between me and you, for real, you know. But anyways, she only did it so I could brush her hair because I used to brush her hair all the time. And it was never anything like, oh, I was missing out on knowledge or anything. I wasn't, because I already knew the stuff that she was teaching. So yeah, wear what you want to wear and be yourself, please, please, please. Because I know some people, like a lot of people, like judge you for what you want to like wear or whatever, judge you for what you want, like what you want to do with your life, do at school, whatever. Be yourself. Because I know I've been judged for being myself so many times, but please be yourself. Do not be anybody but yourself. Because I know I struggle with that a lot, and I think I used to like base my personality off of other people's personalities and like just mash it together and make my personality, and I stopped doing that. So yeah, I think I sometimes still struggle with it, but I'm working on it. Have a good sleep schedule. This is important because, okay, the later we got into the school year, the more I struggle with my sleep schedule, and it was mostly because of studying, but like that goes along with like having a good study schedule. So make sure you're getting enough sleep at night, because you not want to be falling asleep in classes, because I have story times on story times on story times for me falling asleep in classes. It was bad last year. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna try and do better this year. So yeah, join sports or clubs. This is so crucial. Oh my gosh, this is like one of the biggest ones I've ever heard. Like, join sports or clubs. Me personally, I like anything leadership. Okay, so I joined student council, and I'm still in student council, and I will be in student council for all 4 years of high school. I'm now second vice president of student council, and I love it so much, even though sometimes it can be a little bit stressful, just a little bit, but I love it still, and I wouldn't like change it for the world. I would not quit. I would not leave. Nothing. I love my spot. Oh, like sports, please like join a sport. Like, keep yourself busy, you know, keep yourself busy. And if you want to join student council, come join. We love to have you here. Be on time to your classes. Do not skip. That is something bad. A lot of people got caught for skipping. I saw a lot of people skipping, or like just not being on time in their classes. Like, that can catch up to you. Tardies catch up to you. That's a detention. That's like, you never know, man. And detention and stuff, that goes on your record. I'm pretty sure that goes on your record, and like colleges can see all that stuff. Be on time to your classes. It is really important. You don't want to miss instruction or anything like that, because then your teachers aren't going to want to tell you what happened if you were tardy, especially if you didn't have a good reason or you didn't have a pass or anything. So be on time to your classes. Do not stress yourself out. I know, like what I said about like taking school seriously, whatever. That doesn't mean stress yourself out though. Take breaks. Take deep breaths, you know. Pace yourself though. Pace yourself. Also, remember that your mental health matters. School can be stressful, so remember that your mental health matters. This is another crucial one. Bring your own school supplies. Bring your own supplies, like your own pencils, blah blah blah. Like, because I know a lot of people hate when they are getting asked like, oh, can I have a pencil? And I know a lot of people are not going to get pencils out this year. So bring your own stuff, please. Okay, please bring your own stuff. But yeah, so, and if you can bring your own stuff, ask a teacher. they don't even like give stuff out like that. But like if you're asking for like a notebook or something, I know a lot of teachers be having like notebooks on standby or whatever. Typically they do, so ask them, you know. And if like you can't do, like if you cannot bring your own stuff, I'm pretty sure they understand. Lastly, have fun. High school can be really stressful, freshman year can be stressful, so have fun, please. Like, I know all that stuff can be really stressful. Have fun, but also do good, you know. Have fun, but also be mindful what you're doing, be mindful of who you're hanging out with, all that stuff. And that is it. So I thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day or night, whatever time it is for you. And anyways, I'll see you in the next video.